What's up guys, not in the studio today. I just wanted to diversify where I'm doing all my videos. This is a hardwood table and I need your opinion. Does it ruin it if I have this plastic cover on it, or should I take it off? I think that natural wood always looks really good. So now that I mention it out loud, that might be what I do, but what do you guys think? Anyways, today I wanted to talk a little bit about these. These are the Truthear Hexas. If you've been checking out Chi-Fi lately, you've probably heard of these at some point. The Hexas have been making quite a bit of a stir for how good of a value they become when you're looking for a neutral pair of IEMs. Now, an in-depth review is coming at some point, not quite yet. I just haven't had the time to write down all of my thoughts, but I did want to share my first impressions of this because I do think that these are really good for the price that you could get them for. So let's just go over the physical attributes of these headphones first. I think that they're pretty good looking. They're all black with a semi-translucent inside, white silicone ear tips. They're pretty well built and lightweight. Now, the first thing that I notice is that while they're comfortable, it's kind of hard to get a good seal on them. So if I move my head around a little bit, I find that they get a little bit loose, and unless, my hands are free and I could actually set them back in, it's very easy to break that seal there. Now, the cable's fine. There's very little memory in it, but it is moderately microphonic. Now onto the sound, because this is what I want to talk about the most. First of all, the sound will benefit noticeably from a good source and an amp. I am using the FEELWORLD BTR5 off of my iPhone 12. Compared to just using the regular dongle here, I am listening to lossless audio through Apple Music. Using the amp, it gives it a lot more body and it fills out the sound when using comparable volume levels. It also improves the three-dimensionality and the imaging of the sound. Details will improve, and the bass actually fills out a lot as well, and that's going to be important later because these are relatively lean headphones when it comes to the low end. Just a quick example of the A/B testing of amp, no amp. Equal by Odessa. The intro, percussion, bass, and when the vocals come in, it's almost like this veil gets lifted off the sound. There's a lot more definition in the percussion. The bass doesn't sound as muddy, and it fills it out as well. Now overall, the sound of these IEMs is a neutral that sort of leans bright. Like I mentioned, the bass is relatively lean, but it has good sub-bass extension, meaning that it reaches low, but it doesn't artificially just bloat up the mid-bass. Now, while the bass is kind of lean, it has really good detail in the low end. So the bass solo in The Last Goodbye by Odessa is fast and detailed, but it doesn't push all the other elements to the back. The kick and the sub in Lito's remix of Feel It Still is a little bit lean, but it's still there. For these, you sacrifice a little bit of quantity for a lot more quality. The mids on these are really nice. They're neutral and allow the vocals to shine through. Overall, it is a relatively relaxed approach to the mids. So in a song like Oxytocin by Billie Eilish, the vocals and the bass are kind of competing for space. When listening through the Hexas, the vocals are favored over the bass. It's a similar story in Beautiful Creatures by Illenium. The vocals and the guitar riff are favored over the kick and the bass. The treble's nice and smooth and detailed. You could clearly hear the different types of distortion and excitation on various vocals, especially during the pre-chorus of Beautiful Creatures. So when I was listening to Mood Ring by Lorde, the top crispiness of the guitar is really nice and detailed. The vocals are nice and airy, but I was also starting to hear some clicking and snapping around. It kind of sounded like it was a part of the percussion during the post-chorus portion. I actually have never heard that in any other headphones before, so I don't know if it's that I just wasn't really paying attention or if it was just bringing it out with the combination of the BTR5 and the Hexas. By the way, all of these songs can be found in the Audiophile Arcade playlist linked below. Now, the soundstage, it's kind of disappointingly small, but the imaging is really, really good. So overall, all of this comes together for a really good value sound if you're looking for something that is neutral, real, and an entry into the so-called audiophile sound. Now, you're probably not going to like these as much if you're looking for something that's super engaging, exciting, and bass heavy. So obviously, if you're a bass head, you should probably stay away. Anyways, that's all I have for today. And if it sounds like I'm struggling a little bit, it's because I have the absolute most ridiculous vlogging setup right now, and it's really heavy to hold out in front. It is this ridiculous setup right here. This is my rig. I love it. It's just ridiculous to carry around and hold. Anyways, please stay tuned for a full review. Subscribe if that piques your interest, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.